Today's horoscope and tarot reading from Astrocademy, Scorpio March 28, 2022. Transits encourage an excellent flow of cooperation and communications today. A kind gesture or contact from a friend or acquaintance can figure strongly. You're in fine form for letting go of those things that have weighed you down or attitudes that keep you stuck in the past. There could be insights into a professional or personal interest out of the blue. A Sun-Uranus transit encourages interacting with your world a little differently. You might draw upon experience and wisdom to solve a problem likely related to your career or reputation. Instincts for making changes and improvements are excellent, but because we're a day behind a new moon, it's best to wait to implement them. With your curious planetary ruler, Mercury, transiting through revolutionary Aquarius and your exotic ninth house of adventure, expansion, and belief systems, chances are that you're eager to learn something that piques your interest, even if that requires you to step outside of your comfort zone. Luna will be glimmering through this area of your chart, which means you're also more prone to experiencing restlessness, explaining the insatiable F.O.M.O. you're feeling at this time. Who's the catch? Whether it be a sexy foreigner abroad or someone you're DMing with from a distance, you're being called to embrace the unconventionality of it all and trust the process. Consider an alternative path. Now that the moon has left stoic Capricorn for unconventional Aquarius, your mind begins to wander with excitement about the future of your career path. Quirky Luna is inspiring you to take your career in a unique direction, likely dotted with innovative mentors and atypical learning opportunities. If this seems like something you are willing to consider, use the lunar energy to emotionally invest in the off-the-beaten career path. Start researching opportunities far and wide that could be aligned with what you are seeking. As Venus and Mars, the planets of money and passion, work to make their final days in your financial sector count, they are bringing Pluto, the planet of change and revolution, into the fold. This is the start of the first ever triple alignment of the planets of money, war, and revolution in your financial sector in our lifetime, and with it a chance to fight to take your financial power back. You have some serious business to attend to now, so treat it right. You're usually more in line with quickly jotted notes than carefully planned lists, but make an exception this time. Things are moving too quickly. When the planets are in harmony, you can expect to feel psychically in tune with what is most important to you. You can sense how important it is for you to exercise before you do anything else. When you get your excess energy out at the gym or in a challenging yoga session, for example, you are more likely to say what you mean and mean what you say when you are with your friends. Pay attention to your inner wisdom. If you've been considering implementing some better planning or organizational habits into your daily life, this day is a good time to start. Focusing on a set pattern can be challenging for you, however, it is not impossible. By incorporating a sounder regimen into your lifestyle, you will find that you are more productive and satisfied. Don't hesitate to ask for some advice from those you admire in this regard, and be sure to commit your plans to paper. This helps solidify your intentions. After what has been a busy week in the heavens, the moon's return to Libra today brings a chance to check in. On the heels of last full moon, a lot may have been stirred up over just the last few days, making this monthly visit even more important, though in more ways than one. The moon's return to Libra each month is always a valuable chance to check in, both with your own inner voice and the ever-changing cosmic conditions. This time, this is a chance to look through the fog of war of the last few days and make sense of all the information that was coming at you. The moon not only returns for its only visit to Libra while Venus and Mars are in your romantic sector, but will form a friendly aspect to both the planet of love and passion today. This will give the spirit of romance a boost, while a clash with planets in your relationship sector is the monthly check when it comes to any balance issues between your personal and relationship needs. Your tarot reading for today. The Moon, the Emperor, and Death. Recently, you have been doubting yourself and your chances of achieving your goals. The cards suggest a reckless and ambitious character, whose life path seems subject to unforeseen obstacles and disappointments. Often joyous, sometimes sad and nostalgic, this same person evokes youth and is an alternative way of representing the world. They accompany you in your joys, your anxieties, and your fears. They represent change and show that your life path is subject to hazards. This symbolic representation of the cards you selected shows that at the end of the month of April 2022, your mindset should be changed. Sometimes optimistic, you could welcome a happy event in your life that could bring you much comfort on the personal level. However, the doubt that you are suffering from today could continue and cause you to reconsider some of your goals. The cards also evoke a powerful bond between you and a person who means an enormous amount to you. This very close relationship allows you to confide to each other and discuss the challenges you face today. This person understands you and their advice will help you to advance in the right direction. During the month of April 2022, their role could be decisive. Their way of seeing the events you will face will help you to make good decisions and seize the opportunities presented to you. Although there are still lots of gray areas today, you must take into consideration the lessons of this draw and pay close attention to the events that will follow. Our eyes in the sky. During this time, communication will be direct and impulsive. In order to avoid conflict with others, choose your words carefully and put your verbal sword away when expressing yourself. Words can hurt, which is something you're fully aware of, but try to understand the power they have right now. It would behoove you to try to be nicer to the people you care about. Before asserting yourself and speaking too bluntly, think about what you want to express. You can attract more kindness with sweet and sincere words. You're speaking more loudly and boldly than you have before, which means that many people can hear what you have to say. Your points are important, so use your power for good. It will serve you well. Take a step back and try to keep things simple and light in order to process all the information that's coming your way. Once you're able to look at matters from a more objective viewpoint, you'll be able to gain more clarity. Just after midnight, Mercury enters Aries, where it will transit for just over 2 weeks. At this time, our thinking is decisive, and we voice ideas that we ordinarily would keep to ourselves. However, we also risk speaking impulsively with little regard for possible consequences. Hurtful words are said in haste. We should avoid the assumption that another's difference of opinion somehow invalidates our own. With the beginner's mind befitting Aries, we risk a crisis in confidence, particularly if we are newly exposed to concepts that we have no experience in explaining or demonstrating. There is a fine line between thinking on our feet and rushing to the finish line. Around dawn, the Aquarius moon sextiles the Aries sun, helping us to express ourselves. We are communicative but have little emotional stake in whether others agree with us. We know our purpose and our intent, and we won't be swayed by popular opinion. However, we are respectful of foreign ideas, and can even find ways to incorporate unusual initiatives into our personal practice if we aren't being forced to adopt a position.